knuckle part of the closed glove above the belt. If one of you goes down, the other goes to the furthest neutral corner. You do not come out until I say so. One thing I absolutely insist upon, fellas, is when I say break, you both take that step back. Have you got all that? You got all that? Shake hands now. Good luck to you both.
Well, Wayne Alexander, the last time we saw him, was involved in one of the most thrilling fights we've seen in a British ring this year. There were 5 knockdowns altogether in the contest, with Wayne Alexander floored twice by O.J. Abrahams, but putting him on the floor 3 times and in the end stopping him. But it was a performance really that left some serious question marks about the chin of Wayne Alexander. Has he got a weakness in that department? Well, I don't think George Richards is the fighter who can really exploit it. He's only ever scored 1 knockout victory in 23 fights. Richards in the black trunks. It might be significant here that they put Alexander in with a non-puncher next time after that.
Well, I think they do need just to let him settle down a little bit. It may well have been a little bit of a shock for Alexander. He did point out to me yesterday, he said, you know, the one thing to remember is he did get up and he did stop Abrams.
I suppose that is one way of looking at it, yes. But he's involved in the occasional thriller, Wayne Alexander. He does have genuine power in both hands. The programme tonight says he could be the new Nigel Benn. That's stretching it a bit, but, well, they're trying to do a sales job. He's unbeaten in 12 anyway, and nobody's taken him the distance since Paul Murray 3 years ago. Good right hand there from Alexander. Chopping right hand, but Richards soaked it up well.
Yes, that was a good little combination from Alexander. I think Richards would be better doing his work from long range. Doesn't really need to stand in close with Alexander.
Arms out.
The other part of the plot here is that Alexander, who's the Southern Area champion, if he wins tonight, he's told that he'll be fighting for the British title against the winner of the fight between the champion Ensley Bingham and Delroy Leslie. That fight coming up in 3 weeks' time. So he certainly can't afford anything unscripted to happen here. It's the fight before the big one for him.
Well, that's always a little bit of a worrying one when it's a fight he needs out of the way without any setback.
Richards did have an eye-catching win earlier this year over Spencer Fearon. That was an upset. Won that on points. He does have some ability. He's competent and hard-working.
Well, Richards, really, his game plan's got to be to work hard, try and beat Alexander to the punch, get in and out of range as quick as he can.
Looking a bit open, Alexander himself. Wayne Alexander, one of the more exciting fighters in the country, the Southern Area light middleweight champion in the blue trunks here. That was that right hand he caught Richards with in the first round, but Richards soaked that out well, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and once or twice he was open himself, just throwing a little right hand there, Alexander.
Second round here at Dagenham. We're in West Ham country tonight, just off the A13. Alexander from Croydon in the blue trunks, the black of Birmingham's George Richards, who's 5 years older at 31. Been a pro for 4 years. Lost 7 out of 23, and that was after winning his first 6 contests. It's a fighter who had to miss most of last year because of an eye condition.
Alexander still at times a little open. Got to just tighten up that defense.
Again, hit with the right hand. He certainly won't be able to be this open if it is going to be Ensley Bingham he fights. suppose it's always the danger when you're such a big puncher that you almost abandon other aspects of your boxing skills. And I think Alexander may be guilty of just believing rather too much of the publicity surrounding his power.
Well, I think that's often the case with punchers, that they do neglect defence to get their own on.
Certainly trying to do this here, setting his feet to land some big shots. He's troubled Richards with a couple of those. Unsteady on his feet, Richards. Alexander standing in a body punch, and it was a punch, although he fell on top of him afterwards, put Richards down, and it's a good call by Richie Davis, who spotted that and administers the mandatory 8 count. Well, he's just digging his toes into the canvas and letting the punches throw to body and head here, Wayne Alexander.
And he's certainly got Richards hurt.
Big left hand, then a right for good measure, no count, it's over, stopped. And the dynamic power of Wayne Alexander pays dividends again for him. And Richards had never been on the floor in his career before that.
Well, that's just testament to the punching power of Wayne Alexander. He had him hurt, he just, as you said, just digged his feet in and really tried to get the power shots on.
Well, there's you and I droning on about his lack of defence, but I suppose, you know, he took the gamble on the power and he blasted Richards out of there. And quick time too. Second round, it took Harry Simon, who's a very highly regarded world champion at this weight, 5 rounds
well, I think
to stop Richards.
He'll be well pleased with that. That was a good result and good power punching.
It also took Anthony Farnell into the 7th before he stopped Richards. So you've got to say, whatever else Wayne Alexander does or doesn't do, he hits hard.
Yes, he can punch, and it's good variety there. He's really mixing up. That was the first knockdown, just not giving Richards a chance. They're going into the body there, then round the side, and then to the head. And he just goes forward and takes Alexander with him.
It's the hit or be hit style of Wayne Alexander, which makes him pretty good value for money at the box office.
Yes, it does, and that was a good left hook. He's just standing, you see, really planting his feet. And look at that, powerful, powerful punch. And Richie Davis waved it off before Richards had even really hit the canvas.
Well, we were ridiculing the line in the programme about he could be the new Nigel Benn, but he's got a Nigel Benn-like attitude. He did there anyway.
Well, he did have there, when he looked to finish, he finished in style.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has stopped the contest after 2 minutes and 6 seconds of round 2, with George Richards in no position to continue. The winner, Wayne Alexander. And appreciations, please, Georgie Richards.
Confidence is a precious commodity, isn't it? And this man must have plenty of confidence at this stage. The record continues to grow, and little by little maybe the pieces are falling into place as he develops a little more all-round. I wonder how he views his own development. He's talking to Adam Smith here.
Well, Wayne, you really are rarely in a dull fight, are you? I mean, explosive power in both hands there.
I mean, I've got the power to beat anybody, any light middleweight in the world, not just Great Britain, in the world. I think I'm the hardest punching light middleweight in the world. I won the rounds though, but I keep banging them over, so what can I do?
That you may be, but you were floored twice last time against O.J. Abrahams, and you are hit a bit. Is that a worry?
The fight against O.J., I lost my head. You know, I didn't respect him from what happened the first time, so I went in there a little bit too casual.
But you were caught again tonight, a little bit.
Yeah, but I wasn't hurt though. You get caught, didn't you? I wasn't hurt.
But is it a sort of hit or be hit style from you, Wayne?
No. My style is not to be hit and to hit and not be hit. Jimmy and Frank have taught me how to roll and bubble and weave, slip punches, and I thought I did it in there. I mean, the first round, you know, I was a little bit cold. I mean, I'm a bit of a slow starter sometimes, so.
Well, NZ Bingham, the British light middleweight champion, fights Delroy Leslie. The word is you fight the winner, is that right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Any of them I take on. I prefer Ensley, he's the name, isn't he? He's the boy to be, I think, so.
And what a left hook he's got. I mean, that will be explosive, won't it?
Yeah, well, I'll beat Leslie, I'll beat Bingham. You know, I've got defence as well as a punch. You know, Bingham's got one left hook. I've got a right hand as well.
Some people say the new Nigel Benn.
Better.
Better.
Yeah, better. Better. I'm my own man.
We'll see what happens, Wayne. Cheers.
Right, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes.